Hello! Are we live? Oh my gosh. Hi everybody. I'm Cassidy Quinn. Happy Monday, happy Mental Monday. I'm coming to you live from my childhood or teenage bedroom in beautiful Seattle, Washington. My brain is not awake. I haven't had any coffee yet. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the West Coast in Seattle, where I am right now. On the East Coast, if you're watching, it's almost the end of the day. It's almost the end of the workday. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon over there. And yet I haven't had any coffee. What is wrong with me? But we are finally going live from a camera that is not my phone. However, if you've been here with me for this Mental Monday journey, I've been attempting to live stream on my Canon G7X Mark III, and that has not been working. Now you might think, oh, it's finally working. No, it's not. We are on my new GoPro Hero 8 Black, which my parents got me for Christmas. You might be thinking, Cassidy, it's February 23rd. Why have you not shown us your new GoPro in the 2 months since Christmas? Oh, because I just got my GoPro a week ago because it was shipped to my house in Portland and I never saw it. AKA someone took it off my porch. So if that someone is watching right now, you suck. Or really, no, you don't. You know, that action you took sucked in that day and that moment. But I'm hoping you really needed it. Maybe you sold it and you got some money for something that you really needed to buy in your life. Like maybe you needed food or something. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed my GoPro. Now I got a replacement. Thank you, GoPro. And UPS. For working with me, even though it took 2 months, but now we have my GoPro. But now I'm gonna go on my phone, because this is weird. Now I'm so used to doing these live streams, looking at my phone, so I see what's happening. I see myself, and now I have to look at my phone to make sure it's working, even though on the GoPro it says it's live, which is amazing. It's magic. Oh, look, we're live. It's working. Oh, cool. And then now I can look at the comments on here. Great. Hi, everyone. Yay, there's people. It's weird. Most of the time, if you're on TV or on YouTube, wherever you're on camera, most of the time you're not looking at yourself if you're live. Like when I'm on TV, I'm just staring into a camera, which is also a teleprompter. And if you don't know what a teleprompter looks like or how it works, I don't know if anybody does, if you don't use them in your life. It's a camera, but there's a screen, a piece of glass in front of the camera that then the words are projected that you're reading on the teleprompter onto there. So you're looking at the words, but then the camera's behind it. So you're not even really seeing a camera. You're definitely not seeing yourself on that camera. And then when I'm vlogging on my little G7X Mark III that I can't live stream from apparently, there's the flip up screen, but you're still not looking at yourself in the flip up screen. Sorry, my nose is very runny today. Apparently it's allergy season in the Pacific Northwest, which is great news since flu season is also still happening. But it's weird. Then it's been weird doing the live stream and being able to see myself and all of your comments at the same time. But now it feels weird not seeing myself and just talking straight to the camera, but knowing that it's live. Even though that's what I do on TV every single day. Except for today. You might notice I am in Seattle, which means I'm not in Portland doing my TV show Tonight with Cassidy on KGW, the Portland NBC affiliate. I took the day off to hang out with my mother, who is currently at an appointment that she had. So she was like, what are you gonna do while I'm gone for an hour? I'm sorry I'm leaving you. And I said, I'm gonna do Mental Monday. So great, here we are. So, okay, Oscar says hi, Scott says hi, Clearski the Creeper says hi, Chris says hi, Glenn says, whoa, new location, but also old location. Like if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you may have seen this childhood bedroom of mine. Like, you know, everyone probably thinks they're a really cute baby, right? But like, is this a cute baby? This is a weird, kind of ugly looking baby, and that's me. But don't worry, you know, I also took cute pictures as a baby, like this one. That's cute baby pic, right? Look at those cheeks. Anyway, babies are weird, and have you guys seen, I'm all over the place right now, the weird thing, since I'm not seeing your comments pop up right there, I have to look over here, then I can just keep rambling and ignore you guys, even though that's not my intention, but there's a new series on Netflix called Babies, and I've decided Netflix has just figured me out and is very specifically targeting me, because it just popped up that babies thing at the top of my feed the other day. I was like, yep, exactly. You knew what I wanted to watch. This is great. So I'm hoping that on the GoPro that things look better, like we're actually in HD. Maybe they sound better. Does it sound better? Eventually, I would like to get on these new GoPro Hero 8s. They have different accessories you can attach to them, which apparently GoPro is all sold out of right now, so that's cool. But they have a media mod that's like a little case that goes around the GoPro, and then you can plug in a microphone and a light and stuff, so that would be cool eventually. Since I can't live stream on my other camera, I'll get over that. Oh, Chris says it's the 24th? Oh, it is the 24th! I just doubted you, Chris. I'm really sorry. I should trust you at this point. I should definitely trust you. Lane is here, also at work. Yeah, Lane says, welcome to Allergyville, population Portland. My allergies were not bad in Portland this week, which is maybe because I didn't really leave my house a lot. But now since I've been in Seattle, my eyes have been itchy, my nose is running. It's a great time. Welcome to, Allergyville, population me, and maybe you too. So I figured this week here on Mental Monday, which if you're new here, which so far everybody chiming in, I feel like you guys are the ones that come hang out every week, which is wonderful. I'm sorry I missed last week, but the reason I missed last week relates to today's topic, which is listening to our bodies, listening to our brains. Sorry, my sleeves are bugging me, so I'm just gonna pause and roll up my sleeves so we can get down to business, you know? Just kidding. Not really. Oh, Scott says, as an expert at having cute babies, I can confirm you were a cute baby. Oh, thank you, Scott. You do have really cute babies. You do, definitely. So say hi to them, send them my love, and tell your new little guy that I would love to meet him. So listening to our brains and our bodies is exactly why I did not do Mental Monday last week. Oh, I was gonna explain what Mental Monday is if you're new here, if you're just tuning in. Basically, I want to start our weeks off, whether that's Monday morning, Monday afternoon, in today's case, on a nice, happy note together, a healthy note, where we can check in with my brain, your brain, our collective brain, our bodies, and see how we're feeling, chat about it, and hopefully it sets us up for a wonderful week ahead. So I kind of try to pick a topic every week. You guys can always suggest topics. I try to post beforehand on Twitter and Facebook, which you can find me, Cassidy Quinn, in both those places, to ask if there's anything specific you guys want to talk about related to mental health. If you don't, I'll just pick something and we hang out and hopefully you enjoy it. Oh, Sensible Psychotic says, I dig the blue nails and the sleeves. Thank you. Oh, I do kind of match. This nail polish, which, I was going to say for the guys in here, you probably don't care, but maybe you do. Maybe you want to paint your nails blue and that is amazing, okay? My blue nails currently are a reflection of what I would like my hair to look like, but I can't have my hair blue at the moment, I don't think, without being fired from my job. But this nail polish is a company in Portland, a local company called Claws Out, and every nail polish, they're a little on the pricier side. They're $15 a polish, which is a little pricey for nail polish. However, it's still cheaper than getting a manicure. But 20% from each bottle of nail polish goes to a nonprofit, and they're all named after different inspirational people. I think they're all women-related things. So this one is called Notorious, and it's inspired by the one and only Notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And so 20% of it goes to a fund called Time's Up, and it's about sexual assault and like the Me Too movement and helping women there. So that is great. Or just helping victims of sexual assault and harassment. So, and you also get to have amazingly fun, bright metallic blue fingernails at the same time. Oh, Lane says, just get a blue wig. Should I just do that and go to work and then scare my boss? That would be fun. I am getting my hair done tomorrow, but it's not gonna be blue. Spoiler alert. So back to listening to our brains and our bodies. So let me tell you a story time. Before last failed Mental Monday, that didn't happen. On last Sunday, I got up, typical Sunday for me and Tucker. We woke up at 4 something in the morning. We drove to the mountain. It was a beautiful, sunny bluebird day. which means just blue sky. It was wonderful. And we do our first run in an area called Private Reserve, which is at Mount Hood Meadows. So I don't really know how to describe Private Reserve. It's like they only open it at certain times, and a lot of times they do a lot of like avalanche blasting and clearing things out in there to make sure that it's safe, because it's just an area of a bunch of trees. So the snow piles up. There's a cliff band that goes through it in the middle, so you have to make sure you ski around that and don't go off the cliffs, obviously. So we got a little too low. This is our first run of the day. They had just opened Private Reserve, so we're all excited. And it was me, Tucker, and his coworker, Alessio, and my friend Morgan's boyfriend, Brian. And we get going on this run in Private Reserve. I don't know exactly which run, but it was in the Private Reserve area. And we got a little too low, so we got really close to the cliff band, which goes all the way around. So we just had to hike up above it. Now, I'm a snowboarder. Tucker is a skier. Skiing, you probably know, like you got poles and you've got your 2 feet are separate, so you can walk with your skis on. However, if you're wearing a snowboard, you can't really walk. So you can't, like with both of your feet locked in there, right? Am I making sense? So I took off my snowboard because we had to walk uphill a little bit, and we come to this path that was pretty narrow, like a foot maybe, and the cliff is on the left side of this, the hill is on the right side, and there's a tree. So there's really only a foot of space to walk on. Tucker goes right ahead of me, and I was kind of nervous. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a narrow thing. The cliff's right over there. But Tucker goes on, and with his skis, and so all of his weight was spread out across his whole skis, right? He gets across just fine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm feeling good. We're moving along. It's going to be great. So I have my snowboard in my right arm, under my arm, and I take one step onto, you probably know where this is going. I take one step onto that little narrow passageway there of snow, and since I was in my boots and not on my board, that was all of my weight going onto that 1 foot, and the snow gave out from under me, and I fell off the cliff. Luckily, it was, let's see, can I show you guys a picture? Can you see? I wish at some point I would love some kind of fancy software thing so I can be live streaming and like pull up a picture. That would be cool. But I can just show it to you on my phone. So the cliff was like 10 to 15 feet tall. And like I said, the snow just gave out from under me. I'll show you the picture afterwards. Here is what happened. I don't have video of it. I did bring my GoPro that day, but I was not recording at this point. And I'm glad I wasn't, because that would have probably made it even more unsafe, because I would be trying to hold too many things. However, I wish there was a clip of this, but I can recreate it for you. It would sound like this. Ah! Bleep, 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 ah! Very high pitch. Now think about this from Tucker's perspective. He has made it across this little ledge, and as soon as I fall off, he cannot see me. So he just hears, ah! Bleep, bleep, bleep. Except it wasn't the bleeps, you know. And so I fall off. And at first, if this is the hill, I immediately dropped my snowboard. My snowboard fell, and I'm trying to like cover my head because I was worried it was gonna come and hit me in the head. I do wear a helmet, thank goodness, and wrist guards, which saved me a lot. And so I'm falling like this, face up, or face to the mountain, feet going down the hill. And then somehow my foot catches, and I fall on my back. So now my feet are up the hill. I'm on my back, head first, going down the mountain. And I hit my tailbone on a rock or something. And then I was thinking, okay, how am I going to stop myself? Because luckily the snow was pretty soft, except for whatever my freaking butt hit. But it's like, eventually I'm going to hit something, and I can't be going head first and slam into a tree. So I used my arm in the snow to kind of spin myself around. So then my feet were going down the mountain. And then I saw a tree coming, so I just stuck my legs up, stopped myself on the tree. And it was one of those moments where you stop moving and you think, I think I'm okay. Am I okay? We're good? Am I just in shock and really my body is in 10 pieces? Nope. Okay, legs are here. Arms are good. I think we're okay. So I turned back up and I yelled, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And then luckily Tucker was able to ski around. He could come find me. And I honestly think it scared Tucker, my wonderful boyfriend, more than it scared me. it definitely scared me. But for me, I was in there in the moment. Obviously, I was inside my brain and my body, and I knew I was okay. Whereas Tucker did not know I was okay because he couldn't see me, and that must have been so scary for him. But it was definitely a adrenaline shock, or adrenaline rush, and a moment of shock for sure, and a reminder to be extra safe and careful, especially when you are in areas with lots of trees and lots of snow and cliffs and things that you don't know what you're gonna expect necessarily. So now I'm gonna find the picture. The picture, where are they? Oh, okay. So here's a picture. Hopefully you can see it. There's the cliff. I circled it there. So it looks pretty small here. You can't really tell. And then I slid all the way down there, and that isn't even the end of where I slid down to. There's the end of where I slid down to. You can see that tree that I used to stop my feet. And then my snowboard just kept sailing away and was somewhere down there. I think Tucker's head is blocking it. But luckily my snowboard just stood itself up in some snow by another tree, and I was able to find it. Can you guys even see that? Maybe I need to zoom in closer. There's the live stream on my phone, but it's really delayed, so yeah. Anyway, I'm posting an Instagram as soon as we're done with this live stream, with some pictures with my mom from this weekend, and it will also have those cliff pictures so you can zoom in on those if you would like to. Okay, let me look at your comments. Sensible Psychotic says, dude, my life needs to see you snowboarding. What do you mean? I feel like I post too many videos of me snowboarding. How do you guys feel about that? Every time I go skiing with Tucker, he's like, bring the camera. And I say, I feel like I've done a million skiing videos. I can't just turn into a skiing channel. So, but maybe you guys don't feel that way. I've kind of decided like maybe one video a month. If I'm doing one video a week plus Mental Mondays, then one video a month could be skiing. And then one video a month could be my things that I'm trying for a month, which this month is my bullet journal. And so maybe one a month can be skiing. What do you guys think? Thomas called me Cussity Quinn. It was definitely a Cussity Quinn. I've never heard that one. That's a good one, Thomas. It was definitely a Cussity Quinn moment, but it was only like not the worst cusses, just like shoot, but the cuss version, we're live, so I can't bleep myself out when we're live, so I'm not gonna swear. So this was last Sunday. Then, okay? So, I'm all over the place, as usual. So, and by the way, so that was very, very much a great reminder to be careful and be overly safe at all times, because 2 men actually died snowboarding at Mount Hood Meadows in a different area of the mountain called Heather Canyon last weekend, the same weekend. In fact, when we got down to the bottom of that run, when I fell off that cliff, we got to the bottom of the run, there was an ambulance, and we learned a couple of days later that that was someone who died. And again, he was in a different area. We don't know all the details of what happened, but it is horrible and tragic, and a reminder that anything can happen, and you just have to make sure you stay with people who can help you, and that everybody's safe and everybody's on the same page, and you have all your correct gear, and then you're making sure you're going the right way and looking out for whatever is coming ahead. And luckily, our reminder to be safe was just a little scary cliff fall with a bruise on my tailbone, which is still there a week later, and not something much worse. So Chris just commented, then you got sick the next day. It wasn't even the next day, Chris, okay? So we get home, so we did ski the rest of the day. After our little scare on run number 1, we skied the rest of the day, had a lot of fun. Then we headed home, and on the way home, I was like reading things on my phone, and so I got a little nauseous in the car, and I thought it was just because I was reading. Like when I was a kid, I would get car sick a lot because I would read books in the car, and then I would make myself nauseous. So I'm getting nauseous, and we get home, I'm getting more nauseous, and I said, I need to go sit down for a minute, feel like I'm gonna pass out. And then my friend Emily had borrowed another jacket of mine that day, and so she stopped by our house to bring my ski jacket back to me. And she called me and said, hey, I'm outside, I'll be at your porch in a second. I said, okay, cool, I'll come meet you and get the jacket. And I get to the porch, and I sit on our stairs, and I felt so horrible. Like I was gonna faint. I started like seeing spots. I felt super, super nauseous. And so Emily hadn't even gotten to my porch yet. It had been like 10 seconds, and I ran up the stairs. I was like, Tucker, you need to go talk to Emily. Tell her I'm really sorry, and I love her, and I would love to see her and talk to her right now, but I need to go sit down. And I go sit down on the couch, and in the 5 minutes that Tucker and Emily are talking at the door, I had to throw up. And hopefully you're not eating lunch right now, because I will probably do a little TMI right now. Sorry in advance. But I was sitting on the couch, and I didn't want to run by the door to go to get to the bathroom and like cause a scene while Tucker and Emily were standing there having a nice conversation. So instead I found a takeout bag next to the couch from a couple days earlier and just threw up in a paper bag. And then sat there like, what did I do? Who am I? What am I doing with my life? And then once Tucker came back, luckily he and Emily had not heard me puking, at least, while they were at the door. And I said, what do I do with this paper bag full of puke? And he's like, well, you put it in the garbage, and then I will take the garbage out right now, because that's not sitting in our house. So, at first I thought it was something I ate. My mom was convinced I had a concussion from my cliff fall, and that's why I was throwing up. But I knew, like, I stayed conscious the whole time during my fall. I didn't like knock myself out or anything. So I was pretty sure that I didn't hit my head hard, or I would have felt it and remembered it. I knew I hit my tailbone hard because it still hurts a week later. So I figured it wasn't a concussion, but I was like, I don't think it's sick. It's probably something I ate. And then it just kept getting worse. Like I'd try to fall asleep, and then I'd wake up and have to throw up again and be super dizzy. So I ended up being sick for a couple days. Never had a fever, but I did take Monday and Tuesday off of work, which is very difficult for me. Not difficult like, oh, it's so hard for me to take time off work because I'm so important and they don't want me to take time off. It's more, for me, it's hard for me to detach from work and not want to be there and feel like it's okay that I'm not there, and that whatever I set up for that day, it's okay that I missed it, and I want it to be the best that it can be, so I want to be there. Like, I have a hard time not doing everything. And so I'm like, well, if I'm not there, then someone else is going to edit that, and someone else is going to set that up, and what if it's not how I want it to be, and what if it's not that? Like, I guess there's a little bit of a perfectionism thing. However, I can see, the nice thing is I can see a clock on my GoPro, so I can see we've been chatting here for almost 23 minutes, and now we get to the actual point of today's topic, which is listening to your body and your brain. Last Mental Monday, 2 weeks ago, I talked about how I really, really should have taken a mental health day, but I didn't. I couldn't get myself to do it, and stay home from work that day when I felt really sad and depressed. This time though, I did take two days. They were sick days. They were real sick days. And it's dumb because the second day, I definitely felt a little bit better on Tuesday. However, my body was still pretty achy. I still felt nauseous. I was able to eat. I wasn't throwing up, but I still just didn't feel great. And I knew I wasn't 100%. And that's what I kept telling myself. If you're not at 100%, no one wants you at the office, especially a job like mine where I have to be on camera and I have to talk to people and I have to have energy and I have to feel creative and want to entertain people. And if I'm not feeling 100% on that, that's not going to be my best, and I just shouldn't be there. However, for me, like I've always heard, if you have a fever, you're contagious. So don't go to work if you have a fever, or don't go to school if you have a fever. And so I kept taking my temperature and honestly wishing I had a fever so that then that would like be my excuse to be sick enough, even though I was clearly sick enough. I just like wanted a number to say it, which is really dumb. Do you guys do the same thing? But like when you're a kid, your mom takes your temperature, and or at least mine did, and was like, well, if you have a fever, you shouldn't go to work, go to school, right? Right? Does that make sense? But I did take those 2 days, and they were sick days, but they also were somewhat mental health days, because even when I'm sick, a lot of times I try to get myself to do things. Like I sat on my couch and I was like, well, it kind of is making me want to vomit when I stare at a screen, so I don't want to be scrolling on my phone. I don't want to be editing a video, even though, duh, you shouldn't be editing a video when you're going to be throwing up. What is wrong with me, right? But so I was like, okay, what can I do? And I think I told you guys a few weeks ago, my microphone that I record song parodies on, that is broken. So I was like, maybe I can fix that. So I was like, yeah, I got my toolkit out and I tried to fix it. Was not successful with that. And then, I was like, let me set up my GoPro so I can live stream for the next Mental Monday. So I did do that. I set the GoPro up and connected to my YouTube whenever and tested that out. So I did that, but that was the only conventionally productive thing that I did. Other than that, I binge watched the TV show You. I binge watched the TV show Love is Blind. I binge watched, what else did I binge watch? I didn't even watch The Bachelor, shockingly. I saved it and watched it with my friends on, when did I watch it with my friends? Wednesday night? Yeah, Wednesday night. That's it. Because I was supposed to host everybody to watch The Bachelor at my house, and then since my house was German-fested, we moved it to my friend Lindsay's house, so it was fine. Okay, let's check in with your comments here. Sensible Psychotic says, you're like way more tough than I am. I'm soft as cottonelle. I'd be out cold from the jump. No, you would not. You are tough. EADS Music says, can you say happy birthday to my friend Siri? Is this like a real person named Siri, or are you just trying to get your phone to perk up and be like, yes, how may I help you? Anyway, if it's a real person, happy birthday, Siri, you're wonderful, and I'm sorry that your name is now a name that everyone associates with a phone, because really, you are a person, you are not a device, you are not a piece of technology or software, and you are wonderful, I'm sure, even though I don't know you, and I hope you have an amazing birthday, and that no one treats you like a phone. There you go. Anthony says, running late as sorting curry and wine. Glad I didn't miss this altogether. Thanks for tuning in, Anthony. We're talking about, last time we talked about mental health days. Now I'm talking about actual sick days and just listening to your body. I took a snowboarding cliff fall on accident last Sunday and then got sick with the flu for a couple days, and I just had to listen to my body. Now, speaking of listening to your bodies, get to the end of the week, okay? This week was a lot of stories, so welcome to my story time for this Mental Monday. So I go to work Wednesday after being sick for 2 days. We didn't have a show Wednesday night because there was a Democratic debate on TV, so that was on NBC, so we didn't have a show, so it was kind of an easier day at work where I could just get a lot of stuff done without having to put a show together for that day. Thursday, we had a show. Friday, I was planning on going to work and doing the show. Then at 10 o'clock in the morning, my dad called me and told me that my mom was in the emergency room. And my dad was on his way out of town. He was like, I'm at the airport. I don't know what to do. But he said she was in a lot of pain. She had all this side pain. They were taking her in for a CAT scan, yada, yada, yada. Moral of the story, Mom has a kidney stone, so she's okay. It was just a lot of pain, and she's doing a lot better now. However, I said to my dad, I was like, hey, do you want me to just drive to Seattle right now? So I called my boss. She said that was okay. I drove to Seattle, took another day off of work on Friday, and just met my mom at the hospital, drove her home, have been helping her, making sure she takes all of her meds, and just relaxing. And I had originally already planned, since my dad was going to be out of town, I was coming home to hang out with my mom Saturday, Sunday, and I took today off of work Monday so I could hang out with her, have a 3-day weekend, which then just got extended through Friday. And we never really had any big plans that we were going to do except for a wedding that we went to on Saturday night, which luckily she still felt okay enough to go to that. But my mom keeps apologizing to me and saying, I'm so sorry, like, we haven't done anything. We haven't really done anything exciting. We've just been hanging around. And I said, Mom, like, clearly this is what you needed. And whether you know or not, it's what I needed. Like, when do I get, even though I had a couple of days to sit and do nothing and be sick, I still felt like crap. So they weren't as much of a, like, relaxing day as you want them to be because you feel like crap the whole time. And I said, when do I ever just get a weekend to do nothing? He said, if I was in Portland, Tucker would have woken me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go skiing. And I would be looking at my apartment and thinking, I need to do dishes, I need to do this and this and this. But instead, I was just here. We got to relax. We watched some things on Netflix. We had a Maleficent marathon the other night. Watched both Maleficents. We went to a wedding. I went to a dance class. And I just like recuperated. So did my mom. I don't have a kidney stone to complain about that I need to recuperate from, but sometimes you just need your brain to recuperate. And we just had to listen to our bodies. My mom listened to her body and went to the ER on Friday. And then she's been listening to her body and relaxing and not doing anything too crazy this week. There's like a crying dog. Tuck! They'll be fine. We'll wrap this up in a few minutes. But let me check in with your comments. Glenn says, how did you like You? I thought season 1 was better, but looking forward to season 3. The season finale of You blew my mind. I feel like I should have seen it coming. Maybe I wasn't paying enough close attention, but I was not ready for it, and I then did not want to go to sleep. It was like 2 a.m. by the time I went to sleep last night, because that show is not one that you if you have not watched You, number 1, you should. Number 2, don't watch it late at night because you won't go to sleep. It'll keep you up. It wakes you up. It's not a put me to sleep one. Sensible Psychotic says, well, one of the most important people we can take care of is ourselves. We are doing a disservice to ourselves and others by letting our own health down. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Chris says, that's so nice you get to spend time with your mom. It really is. It's lovely. Usually when I come to Seattle, my dad's here, my brother's here, and they're wonderful, but they're on a skiing trip right now. And it's just me, my mom, and the dogs, and it's lovely and a great time. Oh, we did go shopping yesterday, too. Glenn says, I would love nothing more than a sick day, but I don't want to hope for one because then I'll actually get sick, right? And I did that, right? Last Mental Monday, 2 weeks ago, you guys may remember, I said I should have taken a mental health day. I was honestly wishing I would just start throwing up because everyone else at work was getting sick, and I wish I was sick so I could take a day off. And it happened. And that's okay. I think what happened was those germs, because Tucker had been sick the week before, and by that point, I thought, oh, I'm in the clear. Like, Tucker was sick 2 weeks ago. I'm fine. I just must have a great immune system. I'm immortal. It's wonderful. I'm a better human. Just kidding. But I thought I had beat the sickness. I thought I just didn't get it, right? I'd been avoiding kissing Tucker and sharing drinks with him, and I thought I did a good job of that. So I'd survived without the sickness. However, then, since we woke up at 4:30 in the morning that Sunday to go skiing, and I didn't get to bed until midnight the night before, I think that one night of 4 hours of sleep just, like, I don't know, knocked out my immune system and went, oh wait, here's these germs that have been sitting in the back here. Let's push them to the front, literally push them out of my body and puke, and that's where we are. Does that make sense? So point there is do take care of your body, because these sicknesses, they're all around. People are having the flu this time of year, always. And so the germs are probably inside of you somewhere. So get enough sleep and take care of yourself and rest and take that mental health day if you need it so that you're prepared when those germs hit ya. Does that make sense? Anthony says, all my body does is complain about lack of food. Lack of food? Eat, Anthony. Eat something. Oh, and Scott says, since I started a new job recently, I'm still needing to accrue sick days and can't use vacation days until June? No! Congratulations on the new job, but what? Will your bosses really not let you use any of them? I feel like a lot of times bosses will say, okay, technically you don't get these till June, but as long as you log them in the system, like, we can't just not let you take vacation until June or sick days. What the heck? Who's calling me? Somebody's calling me. I can't talk right now. We're live on the internet. Lane says, I need a mini vacation. I'm starting baseball umpiring soon. That sounds fun. Okay, is baseball umpiring, do you mainly stay behind home plate, or do you, like, run around like the referees in basketball, you know? Do they run, or do you just stand in one place? I'm curious. Because a lot of times I look at the referees and I think that is a harder job than actually being the athlete competing and getting paid a lot more money. Whew. So, I think that's all of my morals for today's Mental Monday. Do you have any tips on listening to your body, or ways that you have listened to your body recently that paid off, or ways that you haven't? Let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. And I know this one was more of a, like, physical mental health, but physical health also is totally tied to your mental health. I know that a couple days this week when I wasn't feeling great, physically, it also was affecting my brain and making me think, I'm just sitting around. I'm doing nothing. I should be being productive. If I can't be at work at the TV station, I could be doing something at home, either cleaning or doing laundry, which one day I did sort all of the laundry. That was my productive thing of the day while I was homesick, But, oh, you could be editing a video, like what videos do I have sitting around that's editing? I could start working on this. I could start writing a script for this video. And then I just had to check back into my brain and go, wait a minute. This is what you need to be doing right now, is sitting and doing nothing. And whether you're sleeping or watching a show or whatever you want to be doing, that's okay. And that's better than okay. That's what you should be doing. And it's not okay to be telling yourself that you are worthless and useless and not being productive, because you are being productive by doing nothing. Does that make sense? For example, today, I was doing my bullet journal, my planner last night, and I said, okay, while my mom is at her appointment for an hour today, I'm going to do Mental Monday, and I'm gonna record my sleeping 8 hours a night for a month video, so then I can edit that later this week. Then I realized she's gone for 1 hour. It's probably not possible to do Mental Monday and let the dogs out to pee, clearly, because they're yelling. Oh, they stopped. Maybe they just peed in the house. I'll let you know later on Instagram. I just lost my train of thought. What? Oh, yes, this 1 hour when my mom's been gone. Live internet TV, everyone. And it's okay to not be able to do everything. I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow morning, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so now I'm like, okay, maybe once I get my hair done, then that will be a motivation to record my sleeping 8 hours a night for a month video, and then I'll get that video up by the end of the week. And that's okay. That is okay to delay it a little bit. Tucker has been doing a great job of his mental health time, because yesterday he called me and he was like, it's 8 o'clock at night. I skied all day yesterday. I've been really tired today. I slept in, tried to go to yoga. I've been trying to get things done, but I took a long nap, and I talked on the phone to my mom for a long time, which that's great and important. You gotta hang out with your family and talk to them and be there for them. But he's like, I told you I was gonna do all the laundry, or I actually brought half of the laundry to Seattle. I told him I will do this half of the laundry in Seattle. You do the other half in Portland. He's like, I wanted to do all the dishes before you got back. I wanted the house to be clean before you got here. But it's just not gonna happen tonight. Can you come home late Monday night so I can get it all done? And that is okay. He said he needed time for his brain and his body yesterday, and so he couldn't get all those chores done, and that's fine. You gotta be realistic with yourself and not make a really long list of things to do. Apparently the doorbell's ringing, so I guess it's time to end Mental Monday, because unless you guys just wanna like sit here while I go answer the door. Would that be weird? Oh, Hayden just commented, why am I watching this? Wow, thanks. Go Sonics! Yes, the Sonics are back there. I guess this wraps up Mental Monday. The dogs are barking, the doorbell's ringing. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me, my brain, your brain. Go do something nice for your brain right now. And hopefully I'll see you in a few days with that video I'm going to record tomorrow or Wednesday of sleeping 8 hours a night for a month. I love you. Goodbye.